Okay, so Herrenhaus Easter egg guide. First step, you need to pick up the hammer. The hammer is right there from spawn. Just pick that up. Next step, you need to turn on the power. So from spawn, just follow this path down, and the power switch is at the end of this. And just so you know, this Easter egg guide will have every side Easter egg in it as well, but for this first part, I will only show what you absolutely need to complete the main Easter egg. For all the other keys and other side Easter eggs, look down in the description, and there will be timestamps to where you can find those guides there. Okay, now that you have the power on, go to the teleporter in the teleporter room, and you will notice a symbol and some levers. Now, if you interact with the levers, you will change what the symbol is. Just don't do that yet, leave it as the bird, but if you accidentally interact with something or notice that it is not the bird, just keep flipping switches until the bird is back. From there, just activate the teleporter, link it just like you would do in any other zombies map. Get on the teleporter, interact with it, and then follow it back down to where the power switch was to complete the link.
I will find you.
What? I have all chat disabled.
Volleyball said Rengar, I will find you. Oh.
Okay, now with the bird, teleport. Make sure that the bird is there before you teleport, and you will always go to this room right here. Stand by the light on the wall, and you will be teleported. It will look like it is killing you. In fact, it might even red screen you, but it won't kill you. It will teleport you to this room. Go over to the Samantha thing, Samantha little dance box over there. Interact with that, and Hitler will show up, because of course he will. Just make sure you don't shoot Hitler. He can take away perks from you, and he's now on the map, and he's completely and entirely invulnerable. Once again, that is where you need to interact, and it will just teleport you out of here. Now from here you will either be teleported back to the original map, or teleported to one of two locations, either the blood room or the regular room. If you're in the regular room, go over there and interact with the fuse to pick it up. From there, now we need to teleport one more time, but this time it is with the Sphinx. Again, you gotta relink the teleporter, but you already know how to do that and teleport with the Sphinx. You'll end up in this bunker, and from there you need to go over and interact with this little generator thing to put the power fuse into the power to generate the power in the bunker. And from here you need to find a lever part. One of the locations is there, right there, and another location is right there. Now you just gotta waste some time before it will teleport you out. From there, go back to the teleporter, and it will tell you to add the other lever to it. Add the other lever, and now make sure it is the only one flipped up, and you will have the Ankh symbol. Now, teleporting with the Ankh symbol will lead you back into the bunker, but it will lead you into a room that you could not access before with the 250-point door. That's right, now you have Pack-a-Punch open. And though Pack-a-Punch is not required for this Easter egg, I thought it was important enough to include it in the main guide because you definitely want it. Okay, now there is only one key that you need for the main Easter egg, and this is how you get it from the spawn room. These can only be shot one at a time and in this very particular order. Shoot that key there, it will then teleport here, shoot that key, and then just follow the path that I take. Okay, for this one in particular, notice that that is the location of the key, but if you do not want to go all the way up there because there is a door that you need to purchase, you can shoot it without purchasing the door up there. Just shoot through the barricade.
I still didn't get my
Okay, once you shoot the last key, you'll hear that little and you are done with that. Now you need to just interact with the actual key, which you will find out here by where you build the shield. From there, just run back down to the power room, interact with the door over there, and then you will have completed the only side Easter egg required for the main Easter egg. Okay, now assuming that you have followed the guide up to this point, you will need to interact with 4 crying Samantha ghosts around the map. These can be done in any order, but I'm just going to show you this particular order in this video. It will not give you an interact prompt. Just go to where I'm showing you and hold the interact button, whatever that may be for you, and Samantha will show up and start running. For this one, right by where you build the shield, she will run over here, and now you are on to the Morse code step. Now that you're on the Morse code step, you need to run over to these 4 boxes and shoot them outside of the map. The first one is to the left of the teleporter. As you will notice, it'll play you a series of dots and dashes in Morse code. Now, you do not need to know what these translate to. Just remember the pattern, where the dots are and where the dashes are. Then go over to this guy that Samantha led you to, and interact with it like you would in the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, pressing F or the interact button for every dot and holding it down for about 2 seconds for every dash. You need to do that 4 times with 4 different boxes, and here are the locations to the boxes. The first one was right there, right by the big fountain. Second one is just to the left of this STG wall by, right there. And this last one was a real pain to find. It's over by Widow's Wine, and it is exactly where you would not think it would be, on the ceiling. Once you have inputted your last Morse code, you will get that sound, and from there you just need to interact with the guy, and he will call in an airstrike. Now, just make sure you teleport with either the Sphinx or the Ankh, and you will go back to the bunker and pick up your first strange fuse. Now, for the next Crying Samantha, again, you can do these in any order. But this one is in the library, in the top. There's that guy on the wall. He might not be glowing for you unless you shot him with a Mark II, but it's the same guy. Just interact in this corner, and this Samantha will be there, and she will run into a clock. Now for this clock step, you have to interact with several different clocks around the map. And just to show you what it sounds like if you do it incorrectly, you will hear that sound. And that is because you need to interact with these clocks in a very specific order. Now this order does not change between games, so just follow the path that I do, and you will have no problem. The first clock that you need to interact with is the one that Samantha led you to. That is the sound that it makes when you do it correctly, and it will glow. From there, just follow my character, and you will have no problem. It is also worth noting that if any point along this you interact with the wrong clock, just simply go back and interact with the correct clock in the correct order. You do not have to change rounds or anything if you mess up. Okay, and now the final clock that you have to interact with is the one next to Speed Cola. And you'll hear that famous da-da-da-da-na sound to indicate that you have completed it. Now you got to go back to the spawn room and go up the first flight of stairs and to the big clock and pick up your second strange looking fuse. Now for the third Samantha, this one is over by the TARDIS that is, of course, just casually sitting there, and just interact with this Samantha. And if in case the Samanthas aren't there or they aren't working for you, make sure you have the doors open that are in their possible path. I just recommend having all doors open on the map at any time, but just so you know, if it is not working for you, that might be why. Now, from here, you need to have the hammer to interact with these. And as you'll see, they will take a long time, so make sure that there is a zombie away from you or someone's taking the zombie while you repair these. These can be fixed in any order, but just from spawn, here's every location that you need to fix. And for the last box that you need to fix, teleport with the bird once again, and you will go back into the tower, and it is just right there up against the wall. From there, go back down into the power room, back to where the TARDIS and the crying Samantha was in the first place. Interact with the button. It will teleport the TARDIS and present you with your third strange fuse. And that quickly leads us to the final Samantha, which is just right over here. Now, this one will not show up unless you have done the step to get the key to open this door. She will not be there at all. She will not be interactable. Make sure you have that door open before you do this. And now on to quite a painful step to solve, because unlike the original Das Herrenhaus, there was no indication of where to find the symbols. But in case you're interested where you find them, or in case they make it to where the symbols change per game, I'm going to show you the locations. However, the symbols, as far as I know, do not change every game, so just make sure that you have the same combination inputted as I do. So now go down into the area Samantha led you to, and there will be some tombs, some coffins on the ground that you can interact with that will rotate different sets of symbols around. This isn't very hard to figure out which one does which, but it might take you some time just of trial and error before you get the right code entered, and that is the correct code that you need from the golden arrow. And once you enter the correct code, just go up to the big gold coffin over there and pick up the final strange looking fuse. Now, the next step, you need to charge the strange fuses in these lions' heads. Just go up to the lion's head and interact with them. Here are all 4 of the lion's heads now. Okay, now when you interact with them, they will start glowing like this, and they will require zombies' souls to charge. When they are charged, they will stop receiving zombie souls, and then you just interact with them. This will need to be done at each of the lion's heads. You cannot repeat one's lion's head over and over again. From there, go to the left of where you link the teleporter to. Interact with it, it will shock you, and then keep interacting with it until you have placed all of the charged fuses into the box. From there, follow where I go, and there will be a game of Simon Says waiting for you. Just interact with any of the panels, and then it will show you the correct panels that you will need to input afterwards. 4122. From here, you need to lead Hitler down to where you link the teleporter pad to. Shoot him if you want to, make him a little bit quicker. Monkeys are always helpful to get the zombies out of the way. And get ready for your frames to be lowered, because once Hitler gets nearby, you need to interact with where you put the strange looking fuses, and then this big old orb will show up and yoink them. Once Hitler has been successfully yoinked, it will give you all the perks, a blundergat, and make the Samantha "your game is broken" sound, even though your game is not broken. Now go to where you link the teleporter pad for the very last time, and then Samantha will be there. Interact with it, and this is where you just need to live and follow Samantha, and then you will have completed the Easter egg. Now all you need to do is wait in the teleporter for the Ghost Samantha to reach the Not Ghost Samantha, and then you will be able to teleport away. Just, this part could be a little challenging. Monkeys are helpful, but these guys don't have a whole lot of health, and now you have all the perks, so you should be good, especially if you're in a co-op game. Then all you need to do, teleport away, and then you will have won. You would have done it. There you go. Woo!